y'all, so welcome back to my kitchen. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you how to make a very delicious all-in-one meal. It's a chicken casserole, and this meal, you can like serve it with green salad and rolls, or you can just have just the casserole and it can be a meal in itself. It's so good, it's so easy and so delicious. It is my son's absolute favorite. This is his, if I want him to come over, I tell him I'm either making tacos or chicken casserole, and it's a guaranteed visit from my son. So hold on and I'll show you what you need for this recipe. This recipe, you're gonna need either 6 chicken breasts, or I like to do the chicken tenderloin, egg yolk noodles, 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, a stick of butter, 8 ounce, I have used the 16 ounce sour cream, a roll, and I usually use 2 rolls of Ritz crackers, and chicken broth. And to get this started, it's real simple. Okay, to get this started, you're just gonna take your chicken breast and you're gonna put it in your nice sized pot. You're gonna boil it, and this is where the chicken broth comes in. I boil my chicken in chicken broth, and it just adds to the flavor. So I'm gonna do that real quick. And as always, if you miss anything that I'm going over in this recipe, all the ingredients and everything will be listed in the description box below. So now I'm gonna get my chicken and I'm gonna put it in my pan. Then I'm gonna cover it with my chicken broth. Now that I have my chicken in my pan, I'm gonna take my chicken broth and I'm gonna cover my chicken with my chicken broth. And it just took the one. But I'm gonna put a piece of another thing of chicken broth in there, because once our chicken gets done, we're gonna remove our chicken from this and we're gonna boil our noodles in the same broth. So let me add a little more chicken broth. I just have a piece of a thing, so that works out perfect. That's perfect. Okay, we're gonna move it over to the stove. Turn it on and let it boil. Okay, now that my chicken is finished boiling, I'm gonna remove it, put it in a bowl, set it to the side and let it cool. And then I'm going to put my noodles in there and let them boil. So let me get this chicken out of the pot. Now, ideally, I would have enough chicken broth in there, but since I don't, I am gonna have to add a little water to it, but that's okay. We'll just add some water to it. But now I'm gonna put my egg yolk noodles into the pot, the same pot, and I'm gonna add some water to it. I'm gonna add some water. This is about 4 cups of water. You just want your noodles to be, you know, covered. Let me add just a little bit more. Okay. So now we're gonna let our noodles cook until they're done, and then we will put it all together. So while my noodles are cooking, I am going to take and start like tearing apart the chicken, because you want it to kind of be shredded. You could also cut it in cubes, but I think it's gonna shred just as easily. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna take my forks and just start shredding my chicken. It just shreds really easy. And it doesn't have to be perfectly shredded. It can be like chunks like that. That's fine. You just don't want the whole piece of the chicken in there. You just want to kind of break it up, shred it up. That's our chicken. Okay, now that we have our chicken shredded, we are now going to mix in all of our other ingredients, our soups and our sour cream. So let me get the camera pointed down. Okay, so we're gonna mix in both of our cans of cream of mushroom soup.
mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me. Take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot. No mistake ever kept me late. We spent summers catching fireflies and winters on our skates. One big smile across my face. We used to dance our way to church on Sundays. Mama set the pace. Daydreamer, kidnap me. Take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot.
Okay, now we're going to mix in our sour cream.
Back to them days, daydreamer, kidnap me, have me running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot.
Now that we have all of this mixed, when our when our noodles get finished, we will drain those and mix them in, and then we're going to pour this into a casserole dish. So let me get my casserole dish out. For my casserole dish, I use this, which is a 14 by 8. And this is perfect because it has the lid. But you can use any casserole dish that you have that it'll fit in. But I like to use this one, and it just it will fill this up. This is a good size casserole dish. So as soon as our noodles get done, we're almost done. Noodles are done, so I'm fixing to drain them. Now we're going to mix all of our noodles into our chicken and soup and sour cream mixture. So let's get started. And I like to do this a little bit at a time, just to it makes it easier to mix up, but it's a personal preference, whatever you prefer. There's our mixture. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it into my casserole dish. So now I just kind of spread it out. Okay. And that's what our casserole looks like. Now I'm going to put my oven on real low, probably like 200, 275, and I'm going to let it warm this up through and through real well. And then once that is done, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to do shredded Ritz crackers on the top. I'm going to drizzle butter on the top, and then we're going to put it back in the oven on 350 until it's a light golden brown on the top. So let's put this in the oven. I'm going to put my oven on 220 because it's still a little while before James gets home. And I want this to have time to just get really good and warm through and through because it does not take the crackers long. Once the crackers get done, it's done. So that's why I like to just put it in the oven, let it get warm through and through. Okay, I have removed the casserole out of the oven, and now I'm fixing to cover it with crackers. So you can do these, you know, you can go ahead and do them in a big bowl, but I just use them right out of the pack and just crumble on top like that. The main thing is you just want to cover the top completely. So to cover mine, I used about a roll and 3/4 of another roll. And that's that. So let me throw this away. Now we're gonna melt our butter. I'm gonna take this little bowl. I have my butter, my margarine. I'm gonna put it in this bowl, and then I'm gonna put it in the microwave and let it melt. Now that we've melted our butter, we're just gonna start drizzling over the top. Now we're gonna put it back in the oven, and we're just gonna watch it until our crackers are nice and toasty brown. I've changed my oven setting to 350. This is what it looks like. It's so good. So we're fixing to fix this a plate and dive in. So here it is. Let's see how it tastes. It's so good. Definitely one of my favorite dishes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please hit that little red subscribe button and follow me on Instagram. If you have Instagram, I'd love to connect with you over there. And until next time. Bye.